Welcome to Word Nerd Trivia's General Knowledge Quiz number 21. Once again, we've compiled 40 questions and various topics for you to flex those trivia muscles on. So grab your spot on the couch, keep score, let's see how you do in the comments. Alright, let's go. Prior to playing Tarzan, Johnny Weissmuller won 5 gold medals in freestyle swimming events and 1 bronze medal in what other event? Diving, water polo, or artistic swimming? Weissmuller was part of the 1928 water polo team, which won a bronze medal. Which of these actors was born Michael Douglas? Michael Keaton, Michael J. Fox, or Michael Madsen? Michael Keaton was born Michael Douglas, but he had to change his last name because, well, we already had one of those. Who is the only U.S. president credited for paying off the entire national debt? Franklin Roosevelt, Andrew Jackson, or James Madison? Andrew Jackson pulled it off in 1835. Of course, the economy tanked 2 years later, so I guess be careful what you wish for. What is the oldest continuously inhabited city in the United States? Santa Fe, Plymouth, or St. Augustine? The answer is St. Augustine, which was established by the Spanish in 1565. What is thanatology the study of? Aliens, death, or stones? It's the scientific study of death and the losses caused as a result. Which of these land animals has the longest pregnancies? Elephants, camels, or giraffes? Coming in at 22 months, elephants have the longest pregnancies. What baseball player set a major league record for most innings caught in a single game? Yogi Berra, Carlton Fisk, or Mike Piazza? Carlton Fisk was the catcher for the White Sox in a 1984 game against the Brewers that went for 25 innings. What country has the most time zones? Russia, the United States, or France? The answer is France. They have 12 different time zones, while the US and Russia only have 11. What kind of roller coaster is taller? A hypercoaster, a gigacoaster, or a stratocoaster? The answer is a stratocoaster, which is defined as a coaster that is between 400 and 499 feet tall. What comic strip debuted on March 12, 1951? Blondie, Dennis the Menace, or Peanuts? The answer is Dennis the Menace, but get this, there are 2 entirely different comic strips called Dennis the Menace. This is the US version, this is the European version. They are completely unrelated, but they both debuted on March 12, 1951. In Norse mythology, who was the god of light? Balder, Freyr, or Forseti? The Norse god of light and radiance is Balder. What constellation is this? Pisces, Taurus, or Gemini? That's Pisces. What is the term for a smooth, oval-shaped hill formed by the movement of glacial ice? Is that a drumlin, an esker, or a moraine? That's a drumlin. Which of these U.S. states is not part of the Four Corners? New Mexico, Utah, or Nevada? The answer is Nevada. Where in your body would you find the malleus? The foot, the rib cage, or the eardrum? It's part of your eardrum. Right there. Which of these books was not written by Robert Louis Stevenson? Treasure Island, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or The Jungle Book? The answer is The Jungle Book. That was written by Rudyard Kipling. What is the first animal in the Chinese zodiac? The rat, the ox, or the dragon? The answer is the rat. In the Disney versions, which of these is not one of Cinderella's stepsisters? Eleanor, Drizella, or Anastasia? The answer is Eleanor. This is the well-known painting American Gothic. Who painted it? Edward Hopper, Grant Wood, or John Waterhouse? The answer is Grant Wood. What is this fruit called? Jackfruit, durian, or lychee? That's lychee. In The Lord of the Rings, how many rings of power were there? 9, 12, or 20? There were 20 rings total, 3 for the elves, 7 for the dwarfs, 9 for mortal men, and the 1 ring for Sauron to rule with. What is the largest of the Greek islands? Crete, Lesbos, or Rhodes? The largest island is Crete. What country is represented by this flag? Uganda, Kenya, or Sudan? That's the flag of Uganda. What kind of drink is made with rye whiskey, vermouth, and bitters? A Manhattan, a gimlet, or a Paloma? Those are the ingredients in a standard Manhattan. What movie is this dialogue from?
Oh, ha, ha, ha. And I suppose you're in on this, too. Did you make this stuff?
I'm not saying.
Well, who's gonna clean it up?
You don't have to. It's gonna go from solid form directly to gas.
Whoa. Really? What is it?
I'm not saying, but I can tell you that it's fairly rare and very unstable.
Just like you.
You're all just a bunch of degenerates.
We are. What about that time I found you naked with that bowl of Jell-O?
You did not.
This is true.
I was hot and I was hungry, okay?
That's from Real Genius. What album cover is this? That's Joe Jackson's debut album, Look Sharp. How many named victims were killed by Jack the Ripper? 5, 7, or 12? While the true number may never be known, most experts believe there were 5 victims. In what year was the Chernobyl disaster? 1986, 1987, or 1988? It was in 1986. In what country would you find the country of Lesotho? Nigeria, South Africa, or Egypt? Lesotho is located smack dab in the middle of South Africa. What is the blutophobia the fear of? being touched, bathing, or numbers? Ablutophobia is the fear of bathing or washing. What country fought against England in the 100 Years' War? France, Germany, or Italy? The answer is France. The war was triggered when Edward II of England made a claim for the French throne. Who was the first US president to fly on an airplane with the call sign Air Force One? Roosevelt, Truman, or Eisenhower? The first usage of the call sign was in 1954 for a plane with Eisenhower aboard. What is the smallest country in Africa? Seychelles, Lesotho, or Gambia? The answer is Seychelles. At 175 square miles, the country is about half the size of San Diego. Ooh, how about a follow-up question? What's the capital of Seychelles? Victoria, Beauvalon, or La Paz? The answer is Victoria. What movie is this frame from? That's from WALL-E. What boxer holds the record for most career knockouts? Billy Bird, Archie Moore, or Kid Azteca? The answer is British boxer Billy Bird, who had 138 KOs in his 28-year career. Released in 1981, what was the name of the first mass-produced portable computer? The Osborne, the K-Pro, or the Stacy? The answer is the Osborne 1. This 25-pound behemoth had 64 kilobytes of main memory running on a 4 MHz Z80 CPU, and it could all be yours for the low price of $1,795. What band took their name from a steam-powered sexual device in the book Naked Lunch? Supertramp, Pearl Jam, or Steely Dan? The answer is Steely Dan, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Which chess piece can only move diagonally? The bishop, the rook, or the pawn? The answer is the bishop. How many months have 31 days? 7, 8, or 9? The answer is 7. Admit it, you had to do that whole 30 days hath September thing too, didn't you? It's okay. We can be honest about these things. Jeesh, where does the time go? That wraps up another general knowledge quiz. Don't forget to share those scores in the comments, and if you haven't already, please jump on those like and subscribe buttons. We'll be back soon with a new quiz. Hopefully we can all learn something new. Thanks for watching.